Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to this live. Guys, I will not be here too long. I got to run an errand. Well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to Walmart. Got to go and pick up a few things and get ready for the upcoming work week. But I just wanted to come on here right quick, like guys, because I was over there looking at a little bit of UP live. She did, I believe, yesterday. She dropped that live. Yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. Anyway, she was saying some things about a live that BNychole had dropped either yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. Can't recall. But anyway, I needed to go and investigate and see what was going on, what was being said over there and on BNychole's live. And the title of her live, you guys can go ahead and check it out if you want. The title was is Late Night Confessions, and she had all the players, well, not all the players, a lot of the players that's normally over there. I seen Money Boy Trey. He was in the panel on the panel. I did see Truth Hurts. She was in the chat. Now the other panel members were her half sisters and a guy by the name of Greg. I think Greg is the nephew of BNychole's biological dad. His name is Greg. He was the person who at 2 or 3 supposed to have been standing at a door hearing things. But anyway, later for that one, because that's real weird to me. But anyway, her half sisters, I don't know if I said that. It was like one, two, three. I'm trying to remember 3 or 4 of her sisters, half sisters. But it was kind of messy a little bit because all you could see was people dropping in, dropping back out, dropping back in, and you didn't know what was going on. But anyway, so speaking of Greg, um, now he made a comment, and I only watched half of it. I think the live was like maybe I know it was a little over an hour long, maybe going on 2 hours. Like I said, I only looked at half because I got other stuff to do, and I'm only going to comment on what the half that I looked at. Um, Now Greg, the nephew of Tony, and Tony is BNychole's biological dad. He is, to my understanding, deceased now. But Greg had made a comment, guys, and this comment was kind of, I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me at all because he said that he was the young man who people on YouTube had been talking about, who had uh, been standing at the door, I guess the bedroom door, when his uncle Tony and Philly Phil was allegedly having sex. Now, I don't know about you guys, but with me, I don't remember anything in from my years of what, 2, 3. Now I do remember some things that happened at age 5 on up, but beyond that, I don't recall. So I don't know how his memory is that good at that tender age of 2 and 3. I'm not understanding that one at all. But okay, people can make their mouth say what they want to make their mouth say, right? Right. So he said he remembered being at the door when his uncle and PP was having sex, I guess. I can't say it enough, guys. I can't remember anything at that age. I really can't. Um, one of the sisters, and I didn't catch these people's names. They did an introduction, but it was kind of, that was a little on the messy side too. But one of the sisters said that the half sisters of BNychole, one of the sisters said that her uncle never tried anything with her or any of her sisters, and that they were around him quite often. Um, but guys, he knew them as babies. This man knew them as babies, and I don't believe that he would have tried anything with them because the sister said that her mom had always told them meaning her and her sisters, that if anybody said any, or did anything to them, that they were to come and let her know. So he's not going to mess with that if he, in fact, was a predator like that. He wasn't going to mess with that. He want to mess with unsuspecting, naive, and people who've been broke down and things like that, and have no direction in life or whatever. He probably knew if he had to try something with those um, sisters that he kind of grew, they grew up around him. He probably knew what the handwriting on the wall was going to be. They were going to go back and they were going to tell their mom, and it was going to be jail time for this individual. So he knew that. Come on, I don't understand why people can't put one and one together and come up with two. They always got to put one and one together, and they somehow end up with seven. I don't get that. I really don't understand how they can't, figure that out. She said, what did she say? I tried to write some of the stuff down because I didn't want to take a chance and forget. She said, my uncle never tried anything with her or her sisters. But like I said, he knew what the situation was. He knew not to try his hand with that. If in fact this stuff is true, which I don't know because I wasn't in the room, but I'm just saying, he never knew Philly Phil like that. He didn't know Philly Phil as a young baby growing up. He never grew up with her, to my knowledge, to what all I've been hearing floating around on YouTube. I believe he met Philly Phil when she was a teenager. So he didn't have a whole lot of emotional ties like he may have had with his other nieces who kind of grew up around him. He didn't have that emotional tie with her. So, I mean, why wouldn't he try his hand? Philly Phil came there. She was feeling a little, you know, probably broken because she was trying to get to know her father's side of the family. And he probably seen, and all of this is allegedly because I don't know, I wasn't there, but he probably seen that, okay, this is a window of opportunity for him. He can go ahead on and try his hand because here this young girl is, kind of on a broken side, probably was having troubles at home with mom, didn't know who dad was. That's why she was coming to, meet the family. So he figured he could probably, get up in there and do some things that he himself knew that was just all kinds of wrong. I will always say, if there's a relationship between somebody who's 38 and somebody who's 16, 15, 14, I don't care how grown that 14 or 15 or 16-year old is, I lay the blame at the foot of the adult. That's just the way my thinking goes. Because you are the adult, I'm sorry. You are the adult, so you should know what exactly is happening. You're preying on somebody who's unsuspecting, and it's just all kinds of wrong in my eyesight. So I will always lay the blame at the adult because he saw that she was broken allegedly. He could have, tried to go in a different direction, but he took that sexual route because he didn't have any emotional uncle feelings towards her. And then another sister said something about why are they waiting now? Why are they waiting until he's dead and gone to defend himself? But I think that Philly Phil was not the one who brought this to the public's attention. I think that was all on BNychole. I believe BNychole chose to do that. So you don't get to ask, why is the public saying this and why is the public saying that when you brought it to the public's attention. You know, I as I said before, Truth Hurts. She wasn't on the panel, but she was in the chat, and she was even putting her little spin on it. And she said, she think that it's so sad that this beautiful family has to come to this platform to defend their deceased loved ones against lies. That's a quote unquote. Well, again, I don't think Philly Phil was the one who brought this to the public's attention. So I don't even understand that comment. But then again, I do. You got to play your position. You got to play your position. I understand it. Don't make it right, though. I agree with that situation. I agree what you said. Um, but it should have never been made public. I agree. They should not have to come on, you know, a public platform and talk about this. But who brought it to the public? Let's start there. Who did that? I don't believe Philly Phil did that. I even heard Trey, Money Boy Trey, say something about, well, I haven't heard Philly Phil haven't said anything. But okay, if she's not said anything, then what is that? BNychole, this is all on your plate. You brought this stuff up, and now you want to act like you're a victim? Come on, you can't have this both ways, baby. You can't. And Truth Hurts went on to say that somebody was saying that the sex wasn't by force. That's another quote from Truth Hurts saying that the sex between the two of them, it wasn't by force, implying that Philly Phil was a willing participant. Uh, but how do y'all know that? How do you know that? None of you were there to know any of that. It seems to me y'all want to just, you know, if somebody, let's say the shoe was on the other foot, if somebody was speculating about your life, then you would be in your feelings. But then you feel like you can speculate and spew all kind of madness about other people's stuff, and they supposed to just take it. But from what I understand, PP is just taking it. She's not saying anything that I can see to keep this madness going. This is all on y'all side of the fence. This way this mess is continuing on from. And you're doing this mess because you're trying to get your little clicks, your views, your monies, and you know. But oh my goodness, guys, when the rabbit got the gun, it ain't gonna be no fun for you. And you're gonna know this. You're gonna feel it. And if you wonder why things are breaking down in your life, just think back to what you've done to other people's lives. That's all you would have to do when things start falling apart in your own life. And it will, because karma is real. When it starts breaking down, just scratch your head and your butt at the same time and it'll click in your mind. It will definitely click in your mind what you have done to destroy somebody for the sake of $1. because nobody knows what was going on in that situation except for the parties involved and God Almighty. You don't know, but you're just trying to run with a narrative because you know, you want to I guess, get views, get a dollar, get 50 cents, get whatever you can grab. Then you have people on the panel speaking what they felt. And BNychole and Money Boy Trey, they tried to spin the narrative. People were saying what they wanted to say. And then all of a sudden you would hear Money Boy Trey, he would jump up in there. Oh no, well, I think you got to clarify, you got to do this, and you no, y'all knew that people was saying they was heading towards the truth, and y'all wanted to steer them towards some other falsehood. That's what that was. Y'all didn't want them to come to what was right, what was happening, that happened, maybe what happened. Y'all didn't want them to reach that conclusion. The bottom line is this family didn't know anything about what happened. None of the people on that panel knew anything about what happened. BNychole said herself that she wanted to do the live because the people on the panel knew him. None of them knew him. The young ladies that was on that panel, they couldn't have been no more than 30. This happened 40 years ago. Over 40 years ago. So how in the world, some of them wasn't even alive then. So this is just madness. BNychole, you talks about you say you want this thing to just, you want to move forward. That's what you said. If you really want to move forward, BNychole, the best thing that you can do is shut down all of this rant and rave about what happened 40 years ago. Go ahead on and be with your family, your newfound family. Enjoy them the best you can with what time you have. Enjoy them, but leave the other mess alone. Why are you continuously having your hand in that, like you want to throw rocks and try to hide your hands? This is what I feel like is happening. You want to throw rocks and then you want to, oh no, I didn't do it. And it wasn't me. Somebody else did it. I didn't have anything to do with that. All I was doing was playing my church music. But I'm here to tell you, God don't bless no mess. And he sits high and he looks low and he sees all the mess. You can fool some of the people all the time, but you ain't never fooling Almighty. Now, this you should already know. You ain't never going to get away with, pulling the wool over his eyes. Never, ever. So if you are truly, and this is for BNychole, if you are truly done with all of this, the best way to show me and others, or show yourself even, not even show me, because you ain't got to prove anything to anybody. Just prove it to yourself that you are truly and you're done with it. Just stop speaking on it and let it go. Because I don't hear PP saying a whole bunch of anything about this, but I hear a lot of stuff coming from you and people that you are in cahoots with. So if you truly have a heart and a mind to just let this be and you want to just enjoy your newly found family, I say go for it. Enjoy your newly found family. But just leave that other mess alone, because all you're doing is prolonging your misery. Because from where I said, you're not going to have peace until you can bring peace to others. And I'm going to let you wrap your mind around what I just said. You're not going to have peace until you know how to bring peace to others. You say you're done, then be done. Stop letting outside influences keep dragging you in I don't know why I said keep dragging you in, because you seem like you're a willing participant to me, just from where I'm sitting. You seem to be a willing participant. But if you're honestly and truly done with it, BNychole, if you're honestly and truly done with it, just be done with it and stop with all of this, you know, back and forth and in and out and left and right. And just, you say you love your people, the whiteheads, then love them. You say they love you, y'all love each other, then y'all love on each other and keep the other mess up out of it. Because as you stated before, your biological dad has passed on. You know, he's no longer here to say whatever his part was. So all that's going on is a bunch of speculation. So why keep your life being in this sense of turmoil when, it don't have to be? Just let it go and love on your family. You say you close to God, then you know that our time on this planet is not as long as we think it is. We only got a short amount of time on this planet before we have to return to our maker. And this is how you would like to spend your time? I could think of a dozen or a couple of dozen different ways that you can spend. It's a lot of people out here who um needs a word, an encouraging word. You can do something like that. It's a lot of hungry people go and volunteer at a soup kitchen, you know, donate some clothes to charity. It's a lot of different things that you can do that will be pleasing to Almighty, that you can do while you have time on this planet. But bickering and hickering about stuff that don't is not going to matter in the long run, it's not going to matter. You're just going to continue. And then you letting these people into this circle. You're letting these people into this situation. They don't have no emotional any kind of ties to this situation. None other than what you kind of like made them privy to. You gave them certain information, but they're not tied to this situation emotionally. They're coming from a daggone nickel or dime perspective. And you're wasting time with those kind of people, because at the end, after they done squoze every last half a nickel up out of you, guess what? They're going to the next victim. And you're going to be left sitting up there looking silly without a guard, without a home, without a nickel. Just looking like, defeated, when it didn't have to be this way. BNychole, go get a life that God will be proud of you living. Go serve something. Serve on a church board. Go, it's things that you can do productive instead of just going back and forth with a bunch of nonsense. Like I said, in the long run, it's just going to be you who's going to be the one that pay the heavy price. And I do mean it's going to be heavy. If you don't stop, learn how to forgive, learn how to love, because I don't know if you know how to do either. Because if you forgive, see, the way God forgives us, he throws all that mess into a land of forgetfulness, and he don't bring it up no more. And he don't keep knocking at our heads with the messed up stuff that we done in the past. But you just want to take people's mistakes and you just want to pound them over the head and pound them over the head until you done pound them into the ground. That's not forgiveness. It's not love. I wish you would just get into your word instead of listening to a word from these people who don't really mean you no good. And unfortunately for you, it's going to be too late before you wake up probably and smell the coffee that, oh, these people never really did me any good. They never really were on my side. But you got people trying to tell you now that your so-called sis and your so-called brother, this is not love. Love, when people love and care for you, they will try to help you to find peace in your life. I can't see you being at peace with this turmoil of a thing continuously going on and on and on, like it's just never going to stop. And then you done got the other families, then drug them into the mix. Money Boy Trey said himself he didn't hear PP say anything, but he's upset because she's allowing people in her chat. Well, come on, baby, let's go somewhere and buy ourselves a vowel or clue or something. Because how you can ask people not to say anything in your chats, but you can't make people not say anything in these chats. You it's just not going to be done. So you need to go ahead on and cancel Christmas on all that silliness. You really do, because you said PP, Money Boy Trey, you said PP, never said anything wrong. So if she didn't say anything at all, then why are y'all keep going after that woman? I don't understand that, except to say that y'all wants money and y'all want clicks and y'all want views. So let me get back to you, BNychole, because I'm just, listen, I like to hear you playing your spirituals and things like that on your shorts. But girl, I have to be honest with you, lady. I all I hear is songs. I don't see any spirit of God resting on your shoulders anywhere. I don't see it, BNychole. You know why I can't see it? Because all I see is Satan just hovering around. All I see is Satan hovering around. And if you don't open up your eyes and understand what's really happening, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening, baby. You are going to be in for a rude awakening. But listen, guys, I've said a little bit of what I had to say. I got to get ready to get out of here. Like I said before, I'm running to Walmart. Got to take care of some things, get ready for this work week. Everybody, please remember to thumbs up the live and subscribe to the channel. I'll be talking with you guys soon. I'm trying to do a little more and more lives. Just keep me in your prayers as I keep you in mind. And everybody be safe out there. I'm out of here, y'all.